Good evening. I am Lizzie Manuel Rempilio, and I am thankful to be here tonight and for the privilege of representing the people of the Philippines in achieving a better future for our country and for the world. I am delighted to see you all. I grew up in the small town of Magallanes in Bicol, which was nothing like the city of Manila. I was a little kid with big dreams. As I worked my way through my education, I became no stranger to the reality of our society. I became more aware of the inequalities that are evident in various areas such as income, sex, age, disability, race, class, and opportunity. The issue covers a wide range which proves that it is a big threat to our country's economy and development. Eradicating this issue is one of my main goals throughout my presidency. I care about my country, I care about my people, and so I want to ensure that nobody is left behind and everybody feels heard and valid. As this issue continues to grow into a major concern that affects us all, I want to address some steps that we can take in order to achieve the goal of eliminating it. By working to provide better access to healthcare and quality education to the most vulnerable communities, we can move one step ahead towards equality. I also plan to eliminate laws and practices that contribute to discrimination in order to effectively promote equal opportunity and inclusion for everyone, socially, economically, and politically. We will also encourage equal pay and closing the income gap, as well as better opportunities for everyone, irrespective of gender, race, class, and other status. Furthermore, I want to eliminate injustice in our country. I know it's ambitious, but I also believe that we can achieve it if we work together. By strengthening the institutions that help promote peace building and developing groups around various boundaries, we can manage conflicts and resolve problems, as well as reduce violence that will integrate a civil society. In order to achieve this, I need your participation as well. Work with me in achieving a sustainable and peaceful future for everyone. Through this, we will be able to lift our economic growth and reduce inequalities and injustices in our country, which will be for the betterment of our citizens. However, this progress may be pushed back if we do not keep another concern in check, which could damage and affect the vulnerable regions and people: climate change. There is no doubt that it is the biggest threat that the world is facing today, and the consequences of it are grim, with all of us ending up as eggs in a frying pan. The Philippines is one of the most vulnerable countries when it comes to the impacts of this issue. However, our country also is a contributor to this issue with our greenhouse gas emissions ranking in the top 25% among other countries in Asia, constantly increasing throughout the decades. In order to stop us from completely melting, we need to start reducing our high rates of greenhouse gas emissions and start promoting green energy while protecting our key ecosystems from degradation and overexploitation of our natural resources. I want to promote investments in sustainable solutions and integrate climate change measures into policies and laws. By promoting awareness and improving education about this issue, we will be able to raise our knowledge and capacity in adapting and mitigating climate change. I want to work with you to fight climate change. By cooperating, I promise we can and we will succeed. These issues have been around for a while now, so I would also like to address COVID-19 and our country's response, as it is also another major concern we are facing today. The pandemic has been around for almost 2 years now, and has there been any improvement on dealing with it ever since it started? Yes, but is it enough? With the help of the government, we will continue to take a wide variety of measures in containing the spread of the virus, as well as ensuring protection and assistance for the population. I promise to provide core relief items, hygiene kits, and personal protective equipment to vulnerable communities with little to no access to these items. By also raising awareness about the virus and how to deal with it, we can promote community empowerment and strengthen population resilience. For the citizens who have lost their jobs because of the current situation, I promise to provide assistance and more opportunities for you and for everyone who feels vulnerable during these times. Even so, it would be difficult to achieve the goals without the help of the government, and certainly, there are some people in this institution who wish to do something else with the money. The Philippine government is widely known for its arrangement and operation of family alliances, rather than voted political parties. This system has long been associated with controversies and corruption in our country. I will not stand for this. I will not tolerate this, and I plan to remove these people who abuse their power and positions from their seats in the government. The Philippines is a free country, and leaders who are in positions should not be selfish and should care for the people of our country. Corruption has major effects on the most vulnerable communities by driving up costs and reducing access to necessities and services for those who need it. I believe that the first step in solving a problem is to address it. I plan to reform institutions that will promote transparency and tackle government corruption from all angles. That's what I plan to do, and that's what I'm going to do. But I also need your help. Work with me in calling out the corrupt politicians and vote for an honest and reliable leader for the betterment of our country and of everyone. The last issue I want to tackle is educational reform. I believe that education is everyone's right and is also important in a country's development. The Philippines is still considered to be a third world country, and we need education to get us out of it. By creating high-performing education systems, we will be able to raise people from poverty, reduce inequality, and achieve a much better and sustainable economy. I will not dive too deep into this topic, but I will cover the basic and crucial parts of it instead. Over the years, we can see the change in our country's education system. K-12 has been implemented, and our top universities in the country have also been started to be widely recognized. This motivates us to further expand access to decent and high-quality education for all. Moreover, we set standards. We raise standards for our students to achieve higher overall achievement and to avoid narrowing the curriculum. And we also ensure high-performing and high-quality teachers as well as school leaders. The quality of an education system relies on the quality of its educators after all. In this election, it's important to choose the candidate with the best vision for this country and will deliver that vision for their people. Please have faith in me. I care for this country, and I promise that I will lift the Philippines towards development. Thank you and good night.